here's an old term. Action turns knowledge into wisdom. And the fires of creation is that process of action turning knowledge into wisdom. We all know, but until we do, it's not the experience and the understanding of the experience that it takes to understand it. Experiential situation is really what it is.
It's not about what you do and all of the things you create or don't create. It is truly about lifetime to lifetime endurance and gaining joy and happiness out of it. It's not about success. It is just about joy, happiness, and love. Those are the three natural things that will occur and a soul will evolve to great new levels. What it chooses to do with that awareness of great new levels will ultimately be determined at what scale it wants to impact its environment.
Meow, meow, meow. The Galactic News Network is in the house. I am joined by my intergalactic weather reporter, Dale Tobin, intergalactic pop music person, Amy Kruzik, and our intergalactic sports reporter, non-competition sports reporter, Laura Massey. Welcome to today's show. It is the Polycrisis on Earth show.
And we are the Unascended Masters.
Yes. That's right. It's a brand new show that got thrown onto me last week with no warning whatsoever. We are the Unascended Masters. Please revel in our presence as we attempt to get some humor into your life, take a little seriousness out of the polycrisis, stop that fear from co-creating inside you to become a paranoid idiot. And let everyone know, today for the first 15 minutes, we will be live on YouTube. But exactly 14 minutes and 59 seconds later, we will be exiting YouTube and its censorship designs and be heading to Rumble. So if you have not signed up for Rumble, we suggest that you go ahead and sign up for Rumble. It's just another email and another password and the endless list of emails and passwords we all have to have. You do not actually have to sign up. You could use the regular Rumble watch page, or we'll post it inside the chat in the show description for you to get to the Rumble channel. Welcome, Laura. Welcome, Dale. Welcome, Amy, to Galactic News Network, the Unascended Masters.
Hi, everybody. This sounds like fun. Actually, we were having fun before we came on air with some galactic news.
People that have been around a while, GNN, Galactic News Network, was something I did back in 2014, 2015. I don't know, for about 6 or 7 episodes before it was too much for me to handle. Because I think at that time I was running 6 weekly shows or 5 weekly shows. I don't know, something ridiculously high like that. Anyways, let's get into the polycrisis here on Earth. Dale Tobin, what do you have to report since you put your Periscope up 20 minutes ago to Google what's going on?
So what my eye sees, what my galactic eye sees is, so when I go back to the news and look for an update, I don't watch the news regularly, but now and then I'll go back and have a quick look. And I had a quick look earlier and I looked just before the show as well. And there seems to be a familiar pattern all the time. And it's like I'm going back to the same shit over and over again. There's war going on. There's extremism movements going on where the English government are trying to eradicate anybody who has free speech or hate towards, they call it hate towards war, religion or so on, but basically trying to censor people even more. So it's just always the same stuff going back. And it was just talking about, obviously, I don't know what I can say on YouTube, but about the war and all sorts of different things like that. So reporting back, it's the same. It's like you say, the same show over and over again. They bring the same actors out again, the same storylines out again, and there's nothing actually really new I've seen in the news. Obviously, we'll talk about the TikTok thing.
Yes,
and a few
trying to force the sale of TikTok.
Yes,
I just heard that. Yeah.
You know, it's actually illegal for the United States Congress to force a private company to sell itself.
Especially as
there are
it's in
ways
China,
of
isn't
taking
it?
care of it. No, if it were a monopoly, you force it to break up, but they're not. They're literally just forcing it. It goes in alignment with the political witch hunts that have been going on for the last 4 years of this presidency, where the swamp has fought back. It's the Empire Strikes Back, but literally, the Empire of the Swamp is striking back into the hearts and minds of the freedom-loving people out there who believe in the Constitution of the United States.
So isn't TikTok from China originated?
No, it's still an independently American-owned company on the stock
Okay.
market, traded on the
Okay.
stock market.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
it the app that's Chinese?
No, the
What's the
people
Chinese
that work there,
involvement?
people that work there,
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
people
Right.
that work there, embedded deep into the company. And yes, China does, like, just every company that comes out of China. Every company in China is somewhat owned by the state. Let's say you start a car dealership in China, it's partially owned by the state. Everybody's company is owned by the state. It's just the way they do business there. Even Disney World, Shanghai, Disney World, Hong Kong, they're all owned by the state too. No one's telling Disney to sell their corporate holdings. Okay, well, Disney's a little too far left for anyone to tell it what to do, but
So what's behind all this then?
Yeah.
This TikTok stuff.
to make Facebook come back, because Facebook, the Lord Facebook, has banned its way and destroyed its own business in trying to create itself as Meta. They followed the political wings and they lost 1.5 billion audience members. Okay.
Does that mean Instagram will be next then?
Who remembers the ban waves of 2019, 2020, where they're banning 700,000 people in a day? Okay, that created a lot of very negative will towards Facebook. They started all these other multiple social media companies. That's actually what they wanted to do, was to break it down into smaller tribes and smaller tribes. But ultimately, for Facebook to survive any further, it needs high level government and corporate work to take out the competition, which is TikTok.
And with TikTok as well, it's more, I guess, people are getting platforms onto TikTok and getting a lot more exposure because it is easy. It's more easy available, isn't it, for people to see your shit on that? Unlike Facebook, where you put a post up or you have a few thousand business followers and 2 people see your business post. But with TikTok, it's much easier to gain following. Is that right?
Because the algorithm is designed that way. Facebook can change itself, but it doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Facebook can change its internal algorithms where everyone could get noticed. Unfortunately, what would that bring about? Okay.
People's freedom.
Uncontrolled viral stories that they couldn't control.
Yes.
Facebook is the way that it is, controlled down to the micro platforms that everyone has, so nothing can go viral, nothing can exit its system and flow onto YouTube or flow onto any other social media channels. Laura, how much trouble have you had posting links on a Facebook page?
Yes, and
Because
the feedback.
Facebook doesn't allow you to post external links anymore.
No, exactly.
Nope.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, not even
we're short of places. Sorry, Amy. I was just
No,
going to
no,
say
go ahead.
It's getting the promotions out there, and then with so little feedback. And it's not because the people aren't out there. It's just because you stopped at every turn.
Yeah.
From doing something.
Also, the unfortunate truth is, and Andrew's talked about this a lot, is if you don't have any money, you don't get anywhere. And YouTube's always been like that. Like even the Symmetry of Health YouTube page, I swear after it had its strike, it got shadow banned because the activity completely changed after that. And like you need millions of pounds, don't you? If you want to be on top of YouTube and get millions of subscribers, you've got to give them a hell of a lot of money.
Tens of thousands to play on. To play on YouTube, you need to spend around $1,000 a month for 4 to 5 months for them to change their notice of you. Now, I did do that in 2014, 2015. I had quite a few of my own ads out there to gather clients. Even then, my account was throttled. Throttling of an account / shadow banning is very, 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 very common now. They actually admit it in their terms of services now.
Wow.
So
They don't
just
want a channel to go to 10,000 because what ends up happening, like our channel was demonetized in February, if people don't know. So if you see it advertised on my channel, I get $0 from it, zero everything. This channel was demonetized, but they are fully advertising on this channel and all the videos that are on it
Wait, how do they get away with that?
because it's in their terms of service that rape you at any moment in time and bend you over and stick a baseball bat up your rectum.
because
And
they
there's
make
nothing
their
you can
own
do.
rules.
Yeah.
So they don't even Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it's all
Wow.
run by AI as well. You can't really speak to anyone.
It's all run by a
Yeah.
bunch of woke wankers.
Wow.
Yeah. Does Facebook own Instagram?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And I
Right.
think WhatsApp. Doesn't it own
Yes, they
WhatsApp
run
too?
WhatsApp also, yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't let you share certain things either through Messenger. Like if I wanted to share something, like even like from Spotify,
Yeah.
they don't let you share.
All external
Nope.
links. They don't allow you to share external links anywhere.
Nope.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Okay, so
We could go on
why?
and on and on about what Facebook and the different social media engines are doing. But the original part of the story is the great YouTube exodus. That is beginning to come up where many of the YouTube content creators, because of the way YouTube does business, it forces people into near slave labor hours to put out content and to put out videos that don't match the type of content they're doing. Like there are a lot of channels that do 1 hour and 2 hour content, and they're being forced to put up YouTube shorts, which have nothing to do with their audience. And they've had audience collapse, and which is what all the creators said were going to happen. Okay. And one of the reasons we got demonetized is because we didn't put out any shorts and do exactly what they wanted. And after a while, they're like, we're going to take their monetization away and you have to do what we say. Well, no, we don't want to. We don't want to ruin our audience. We'll advertise in another way. So now you have the great YouTube collapse that is coming, which their big fear is AI-driven content is going to replace the live spoken person, and that the millennials and those that come after them will be too stupid to know the difference between what a real show like this is and AI-driven content. Drivel content that has no backup, no validation, no source checking, etc. YouTube has said it's going to battle it, but ultimately there's going to be a challenge between real humans and AIs in content production. And so many of these big content creators, quite literally, they're working 60-hour weeks every week with no time off to be able to keep up with the level of content that the algorithm demands out of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Joel, can you come out here for a second and talk about the algorithm and how it demands the fastest of the content? For everybody to know, Joel's is our producer in the background, and we want to pull the curtain back on the Polycrisis.
Welcome onto the GF show, Joel, all the way from
Joel. Exactly, he is our GNN tech reporter.
Tech reporter.
Reporting
Hey,
live
Joel. Yes.
from my seat.
Live from your seat. Can you talk about the algorithm and some of the nasty things it forces content creators into?
Well, one annoying one that they do is YouTube splits your live streams from any uploaded videos. And so it's a completely separate algorithm. So you can live stream all day, every day, and no one will ever see it. But if you don't re-upload and replay your content, then it's separated into two different algorithms, basically, even though they're both videos. Like they should just populate in the one way. Then of course there's the 15,000 words you can't say
in the first 10 minutes of the show, for the first 1 minute of the show.
Yeah, and then there was a big shift towards shorts and putting shorts in front of people. So if you aren't making shorts, you're not participating in that algorithm. But with each one that you participate in, it kind of like omits you from being viewed from the other algorithm altogether. And so like there's been creators who switch over to doing shorts, and then all of a sudden they're, like you said, their audience collapses because they're not being shown the content anymore. I mean, and then of course people are probably dissatisfied in the change of content because they want long form.
What about hashtags and algorithms?
So
Are they?
hashtags can help, but it's just like if the platform that the people are consuming content on are hashtag driven, because some people just, most of the like a really high percentage of viewers are just going to Google and typing in the thing that they want to see.
Right.
So, Joel, I've got a question for you. So, for like new content creators who set up YouTube accounts, how hard is it for them now to actually start getting themselves out there? Because obviously, I imagine it's changed so much over the last 10 years.
Pretty hard. I mean, if you don't have kind of the grassroots following, getting funneled towards that channel, the algorithms definitely favor towards people who are spending money on ads, for one thing.
Yeah.
And so it's just like Facebook, if you don't come to pay to play, they're, you're just going to get put to the back burner for recommendations.
Mm-hmm. Can you explain? I'm just in my mind, I'm going through like, what is an algorithm? Is it a coding of some kind? So it's a code that they use?
It's a series of steps. And so like if you say, okay, if this person says this thing, they go through a series of steps with if they get viewed, if they get throttled, if they get shadow banned, if they get a strike, they get a copyright strike. And so it's just like a bunch of if-then questions, and that's their algorithm.
Oh, so you get your own personal algorithm. That would be my own personal algorithm then.
No, you have your own personal data set. I mean, David would probably explain this better, but like this is the way I understand it, is your data set's getting fed into a bunch of different algorithms, and then it's spitting something back out at you.
Like a social credit rating.
Okay. And then do you know when you're do you know when your algorithm goes flat? Like, I'm not getting any.
Yeah, your analytics show it.
Oh, your analytics show it. Okay.
Show it. So let's get off of the YouTubey thing over here. All right, everybody, please head on over to Rumble for the continuation of this. YouTube censors are already ringing and their pagers are going off as people in Mumbai, India, don't speak English as their first language are going to be listening to the show to determine if it's cancelable or not.
I'm such a boomer, Andrew. I got to get up and move in another room.